Dear students, in the last session we learned meaning, merits and demerits of primary data and the secondary data. This session, that means the session 16, we learn about the methods of collecting primary data and the methods of collecting secondary data. The learning objective of this session is to understand the methods of collecting primary data and the methods of collecting the secondary data. The session outcomes are theoretical understandings of methods of collecting primary data and the collecting methods of secondary data also. Mainly there are four methods for collecting of the primary data, that is observation method, survey method, interviewing method and questioning method. The other methods of collecting primary data are experimentation method, simulation method and projective technique. So let us know briefly one by one. First one is the observation method. Observation means a systematic viewing of a specific phenomenon in its proper setting for specific purpose of gathering data for a particular study. This method includes both seeing and hearing. Next one is the survey method. The resultant data is collected from a sample respondents that took a survey. This data is comprehensive information gathered from a target audience about a specific topic to conduct a research. Next one, third one is the interviewing method. So interviewing method is a two-way systematic conversation between an investigator and an informant, initiated for obtaining information relevant to a specific study. It involves not only conversation but also learning from the respondent's gesture, facial expression and pauses. Then fourth one is the questionnaire method. So questionnaire method involves sending questionnaire to the respondents with a request to complete them and return them by post. It should contain mostly closed-end and multiple choice question. So the other methods of collecting the primary data are, the first one is the experimentation method. This is a research process used to study the causal relationship between the variables. It aims at studying the effect of an independent variable on a dependent variable by keeping the other independent variable constant through some type of control. Next one is the simulation method. It is a process of conducting experiments on a symbolic model representing a phenomenon. The experiments are done on the model instead of on a real system. And last one is the projective technique. This involves presentation of ambiguous stimuli to the respondents for interpretation. In doing so, the respondents reveal their inner characteristics. The stimuli may be a picture, an ink blot, a photograph, or an incomplete sentence. So these are all the 7 methods for collection of the primary data. So let us know what are the methods of collecting the secondary data. Mainly there are 2 methods for collecting the secondary data, that are, the first one is the published sources and second one is the unpublished sources. So the various published sources are like this. First one is the official publications like UNO reports, central government and state government publications, etc. Second one is the semi-official publications like reports of LIC, RBI, commercial banks, etc. And third one is the private publications like reports of companies. So the other published sources are journals, newspapers, published research articles, etc. So these are all the various published sources. So the second one is the unpublished sources. Unpublished sources are like these: diaries, letters, unpublished biographies, and data available with scholars, trade association, labor bureaus, and other private and public organizations. So, this session we learn only the methods of collecting primary data as well as the methods of collecting the secondary data. Thank you.